what does giving babies a voice mean to you, Zoe, in your work on neonatal units?
Yes, well, I think as a speech and language therapist, we're probably ultimately placed to support the parents and the baby's voices together. So a lot of our role as speechies on neonatal units is about supporting and enhancing communication and interaction and looking at feeding outcomes. And we're really working with the smallest and most fragile babies in our population. So it's a really privileged role that we have. And when babies end up being transferred into sort of the neonatal unit and that's interrupted by a neonatal stay, obviously we see separation, babies are being touched less, they're having less exposure to their parents' voice, they're not able to smell their parents, so they don't get that calming effect from that. There's barriers to feeding and particularly to breastfeeding. I feel that my role is really looking at advocating for them and their family and helping parents to recognise what their babies are saying to them so they can also be excellent advocates for their own baby. Because we used to go, oh, the babies just always put their hands up, they've always got their hands over their eyes, or they've always, that's just what babies do. And actually we now know better. We know that these are purposeful, really intentional communication acts.
How have you engaged with Bliss as a healthcare professional to platform neonatal voices?
My first interaction was really around the Bliss Baby Charter. So I was the Bliss Baby Charter lead for our unit for a number of years. And that was really instrumental in encouraging and I guess influencing a whole unit approach to understanding the importance in families. And now we're really thinking about staff being the scaffolds and nurturing and supporting growth of the parents to be parents rather than we're coming in to do everything for the baby. So we did a great piece of work and filling the gaps around basically the gaps in allied health professionals. So we're talking about speech and language therapy, occupational therapy, physiotherapy, dietetics, pharmacy and psychology are the last two Ps in the AHPPP. I think this piece of work around Fill the Gaps has been huge in helping us raise the profile of allied health professionals. There was a parent focus group as part of that gave feedback about their experiences of allied health professionals. There was representation from each of the AHPPP groups. So we came together with Bliss to come up with some questions to identify what was happening, what the workforce looked like, where there was a need for more staffing, and actually what the barriers were to that. And that was primarily funding at the moment. Yeah. We know the NHS is under huge pressure.
And Zoe, you attended our Westminster event in March this year, Neonatal Services for the Future. You know, how did that event really bring neonatal voices into Parliament? And what was your experience of being at that event?
I mean, wasn't it amazing? And I think it really brought home to me how important it is to work across different services, so across healthcare. Really, the parent voices there. We had parents from all different types of backgrounds. When we do these things together, I think it sparks that passion. I'm quite passionate about neonatal care anyway.
Clearly, yes.
But actually, it keeps you motivated and it keeps the families at the focus. What's every day to us? We need to really remember that for families stepping onto the neonatal unit, even if they've been there, a few weeks or a few months, every day is full of uncertainty. Every day is full of some fear. Every day is exhausting. And so when we come together, we can much better identify how we're going to support families moving forward and how we improve services.